Hello, my name is Leontine Johnson and welcome to Cooking with Lee. Today we have a very good recipe that we would like to share with you. We are going to be making curry chicken with cauliflower and coconut milk. And we're going to serve that over brown rice with leeks. Now, the first thing we're going to prepare is our brown rice. Now, a lot of people don't like brown rice, but I think maybe because they don't really know how to cook it. Now, I'm not an expert, but I found a good way to make brown rice tasty and also healthy. What we're going to do is we're going to start with our leeks. Now, leek is like an onion on steroids, and it's very tasty. However, with a leek, you have to be very careful because a leek is grown in sandy water, and the sand comes up in between each one of these pieces of the leek. Okay, so once you've cleaned your leek and gotten all the salt off it, the salty ground that it grows in, what you want to do is cut this in half. Like that. And you want to turn it over. And cut it thinly because we're going to saute it just like you would do any onion and get it kind of caramelized. This recipe is an old recipe of a friend of mine, a good friend of mine. He's not old, but I understand the recipe is old. And he taught me how to make this. And with us being on a healthy spin right now, this is really healthy. Now, by this recipe being with the coconut milk and all, I would say that it has its roots in the islands. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to soak our rice. Now, that was 1 cup of rice, and we're going to soak that rice in water for about 15 to 20 minutes. That's another reason why this recipe is really good and different, because I don't think on any label they're going to tell you to soak the rice. So we're going to use a tablespoon and a half of butter, and we're going to put our leeks in there, and we're going to saute and cook our leeks down if I get them in the pan. And I'll tell you, it's going to take you about 5 minutes or so to get the leeks going. So we're going to turn up the heat. And get these leeks going. Now that our leeks have caramelized, we're going to add 2 1/4 cups of water. That's 1, 2, and 1/4 cups. I've got to turn this back on because it started really. There we go. All right. We put 2¼ cups of water in. Now we're going to put a tablespoon of powdered chicken broth. I'm going to stir that up. And that's for flavor and taste. And we're going to put our seasoning in. And our seasoning, we have a 1/4 teaspoon of seasonal, low sodium, celery salt, and garlic powder. So we're going to sprinkle that in. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring this to a boil. And then we're going to put our rice in. Go. And your rice has been soaking for your 15 minutes, so it's good to go. And that, my friends, is the beginning of some wonderful brown rice. We're just going to stir that up and put the lid on it and let it cook for approximately 35 minutes on low. Now we're going to prepare our chicken. Now we're preparing our chicken. We're cutting it into strips for our chicken curry. I want to cut it into thin strips. A little tip too is if you have your chicken maybe half frozen, it might cut easier. And again, just cut it in medium to thin slices. And you want your chicken to say chicken. So, okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to get our heat going, and we're going to put our butter in, and we're going to saute our onions and garlic. Here we go. Get that butter going. And then we're going to put some onions in here. And we're going to get our onions going, and then we'll add our garlic because the onions will take longer to cook. You want to chop your onions up coarsely. Now, everything seems to be cooking, coming together. Now we can put our garlic in. Smells good. Now we can start putting our chicken in. It smells real good. Now it's not going to take the chicken long because remember we cut it thinly. You can see the chicken browning, becoming opaque. That's what you want. And your butter is not burning. That's exactly how you want to do it. We'll put the rest of the chicken in. Okay, our chicken is just about done. We're going to put some salt and pepper to taste in here. Got the pepper, put a little salt. You don't need too much salt because we're going to put in some chicken broth. We've got a 1/4 cup of chicken broth that goes in here. And we have our 1 can of coconut milk. And that's nice and thick. Very good. Now what we're going to do is bring this, try to get this back up to a boil, and then put our cauliflower in. We're using frozen cauliflower. We're going to put in our 2 tablespoons of curry. That's 1. 2. Stir that up. Now we can put our cauliflower in. Everything is boiling. Try to get all of it covered up. Now we're going to put a top on it and let it simmer. We're going to let our curry chicken simmer for 30 minutes on medium-low heat. Now we're going to prepare our smoothie. In our smoothie, we're going to use 1 cup of plain yogurt. This is going to be a nice, healthy treat. Okay, so we've got our cup of yogurt in, and we have some fresh strawberries that we're going to put in, and we have some fresh blueberries. Don't you just love this time of year when you get all your fresh fruits and veggies? And we're going to put our ice in. Uh-oh. Then we're going to put in our skim milk, no fat. Okay. Now we're going to put our top on. Okay, then we're going to close it down. And we're going to start off with a pulse action. It makes me choke. And after you got it pretty much together, we're going to put it on one and let it rip. All right. This smoothie is going to be really good. And what I would also like for you to know that you can add vanilla and artificial sweetener to it, and that'll give you a nicer taste if you like. And there you have your ice smoothie. Look at that. Now we're going to have the presentation of all the beautiful things that we made today. We made our brown rice with leeks and herbs and spices. So we're going to put this down. And look how beautiful our brown rice turned out. Perfect rice. Perfect. So you're going to have some rice. And here is our curry chicken with cauliflower and coconut milk. We're going to put some of this on our plate. It's hot. Smells so good. I love curry. Let's get some chicken on this bad boy. There you have it. And our smoothie. So let's have a taste. Wish you could join me. Excellent. Excellent. Cauliflower is something else too. See how nice and even our chicken slice? Very good, very good. Well, here's to healthy eating, and see you real soon.